Hey everybody, it's Debbie O'Neill of Scrap Me Quick Designs and the Let's Learn Cricut Explore Facebook group, and today I wanted to show you the new Cricut Explore Black Variety Pen Set that just came out, and tell you a little bit about them and also show you what the pen sizes look like when you write with them and give you a few tips. So as you can see, this is the new pen set and it comes with 5 pens. The pens, there is 2 fine tip pens that are 0.03 points. Then there is 1 medium tip pen, and then there are 2 medium calligraphy pens. The calligraphy pens are the ones I was so excited to see. And they work really great, and I will show you that in a moment. Now, what I wanted to tell you about the pens is that they are water-based pens, they're acid-free, and they become permanent onto your writing after 24 hours, okay? So they should last a long time on your projects that you're writing with. They shouldn't be fading on you or anything like that after you've written. Some other pens don't tend to do that as well, and these were made specifically to be able to give you a clean image for a long time. So that's really good news. The other thing that I wanted to show you, let me go ahead and pull these out. Go ahead and pop them out of the package here. There's the 2 fine point, there's the medium point, and then here are the 2 calligraphy pens. I love the fact that they made the 2 calligraphy pens are a different color barrel, so they're gray, so I know that when I grab this, it's a calligraphy pen. Okay, so that's one thing for you to know. The other thing that each pen has, that it's the, can you guys see that? It's got to wait till it focuses. There we go. So there's a 0.03 tip black pen. So you have 2 of those, and then you have the 1 medium tip black pen, okay, and then you have 2 of the medium calligraphy pens. Nope, it was there and then it went away. Trying to make sure you guys can see that. Sorry about that. The autofocus is being weird today. Come on. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about it. So, the 2 medium tip pens. Okay, now, what I've done is that I have created a chart here that shows you the various pens. So, the ones that were the medium, the 0.03 tip pen is what I've written the Cricut Variety Pen Set Black with, and it says Cricut Pen 0.03 tip. So that is this pen, okay? So it writes really super fine and has a nice little nib on it on here so that it shouldn't be crushed. Some of the pens that people were using have more of a felt tip type base to it, tip on it, and they get kind of smushed after a while. And these pens are not made, these pens are made not to do that. So that's really nice to know. Now, the medium pen is the one here that says Cricut Medium Tip Pen, and it also has a nice tip, but it's a little bit thicker. Okay, so you can see kind of the difference between the 2. Alright, so very thin, a little bit thicker pen here. And there again, it's got a nice barrel tip on here so that it will not get smushed when you're writing with it. And then down here, I have the calligraphy pen. Okay, so this is the Cricut, this is the gray barrel one. It's Cricut Pen Medium and a calligraphy tip. Okay, so with this, you could do your own calligraphy writing if you know how to do that, and you know, this is just me playing around with the pen. So you can see that if you wrote with it, it has an angled tip, okay, and it's kind of a flat angled tip. So if you've ever used a calligraphy pen before, you know that that is how you get the different things on your pen. so that you have different thicknesses when you're writing calligraphy. Okay, so that is what this pen does. And the other thing about these pens is that Cricut released 2 new fonts that are in this Cricut Design Space for us. The first one is Penelope, and this is what Penelope looks like. It's a thin, fine line font, and it's, you know, pretty simple, and it looks like handwriting. So it is a great pen to use with the writing feature in Cricut Design Space. The other font that they've released is the Adelaide font. Okay, so Adelaide is what you would look for in Cricut Design Space underneath the fonts, or for Penelope. So those are 2 new free fonts in Design Space that you can use that are released with the pens. So that is really cool that we have 2 new fonts to use. And if you have not used Cricut pens yet, I wanted to show you real quick. There's a couple of things about the pens that you want to know. On your pen, you'll see that it has a little arrow here, and the arrow helps direct you to what way you need to put this in the accessory holder. So I'm going to show you. Here is my accessory holder on my Explorer. Let me get that set straight so you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, now the A side of your dual head action here on the Cricut Explorers, you flip this open and you have your accessory pen holder is already in place. Now what you want to do is you take the cap off and you want to find on your pen where it has the little arrow here, and you want to put that into the pen, and then I hold the bottom of this with my finger like this, and then I push my pen down. Okay, I don't know if you heard that click over my voice here, but it does click in place, and as soon as it pops in, the pen is ready, and you just need to close this. Okay, and then your pen is ready to write. And then if you need to remove that, I always do the same thing where I hold it and then I pull my pen up and then I put my cap back on. You always want to make sure that you put your caps back on your pens so that the ink doesn't dry out. And the other thing is, it is best to leave your Cricut pens laying horizontally as opposed to holding. It's best to leave the Cricut pens horizontally, to store them horizontally so that the ink flows evenly through them, as opposed to standing them up or having them pointed down in a cup holder. So it's best to use them and store them flat. Okay, so you want to store them flat on your surface. There's all kinds of pen holders you can get where you can store your pens flat, and that is really what we recommend that you do with the Cricut pens. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is, since we have different tips of pens now, you may want to write on the same piece of paper like I have here, using the different font tips for the pens. And the way that I did this all on one sheet of paper, and for the Cricut to prompt me to change the pen out, is that you need to make sure that when you add your writing to your mat, to your virtual mat in Design Space, you want to make sure that you change the pen colors, the color of the writing, when you want to change the pen out. Okay, so even though all of these are black ink, in Design Space, I made sure that when I did the Cricut Pen 0.3 tip, I knew that I wanted to write this in, I colored this black. Okay, so these two I colored black using in the writing. I picked the black ink. Okay, when I went to write the Cricut Medium and Penelope, I changed that to green. And so then it prompted me to, the Explorer prompted me to switch out my pen, so that then I was using the medium tip pen. Okay, and then And then for the where I have the Cricut medium calligraphy tip, when I wanted to switch that one out, I changed the writing color to red. And then it prompted me, when it got to this part that I wanted it to be this pen, it prompted me to switch to the red pen, okay, the Very Berry, I think is what it's called, okay, in Design Space. Just because those pen colors say that they're that pen color, it doesn't matter. It's whatever the color of ink that's actually on your pen that it's going to write, okay? But you can use that tip to help you if you're trying to use the different styles of pen from the Cricut Variety Pen Set. All of it writes in black, but I wanted to use the different points, okay? All on the same piece of paper, and that's how I did that. So I hope that that makes sense. I will be happy to answer any questions you have about the pens. I've been using them for a couple of weeks now. I really like them. They've held up really well. I haven't done just a ton of writing with them, but I've done enough that I can tell that they're a quality pen and that they will you know, work really well for you. So if you've been looking for a variety of pen point tips to use in your Cricut, this is the pen set that you want to get. Okay, they are now available in the Cricut at Cricut.com, and I'll post a link if you need to purchase them through the Cricut site. And there again, I appreciate you using the my affiliate link for Cricut, because I earn a little bit of money that helps me maintain producing the craft videos for you guys. And the other thing is a few of the stores, I believe it's the Michaels and possibly Joann's, now are carrying the pens as well, but they may not be in all stores just yet. So if you want to go ahead and get the pens, get them at Cricut.com. And there's always a you know, a free shipping code that I'll also post if you want to order the pens or any other Cricut items from Cricut.com. That's it. Wanted to just give you a quick overview of the pens and give you a few tips about using the pens. I hope you give these pens a try, because I have a lot of different pens and I have really enjoyed using these. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Have a great day.